Okay, Helen asked this.
Helen?
Yes, she didn't say where she's from, unfortunately. She said, I have an employee who seems to be disconnected between what she thinks she can do well and what she actually does well. What she lists as her strengths actually present as one of her weaknesses. How do I manage a conversation around that?
How do you manage a conversation around someone who is presenting something as a strength that actually is coming across as a weakness? Okay, so that's tricky, of course, because frankly, most of us are slightly delusional about what our own strengths are. So the first thing you've got to do is you've got to separate out what is a strength and what is performance. A strength is an activity that makes the person feel strong. And Helen, your employee or team member, however wrong you may think she is right about what her strengths are. If you define a strength for her as what do you lean into when you're doing it, when you get into a sense of flow and time flies by, and when you're done with it, you feel fulfilled and you want to do it again, that's a strength. A strength properly defined is an activity that strengthens you, and the person, your employee, is the best judge of her strengths. Performance is what she's good at, and you, Helen, are the best judge of performance. So you are entirely within your rights to say, I will judge your performance, but she's entirely within her rights to say, I know what strengthens me. So for example, if she says, listen, I love finding patterns in data, I love it, I get such a kick out of finding patterns in data, that is her right, and you have to go, interesting, thank you for sharing that. It's your right to go, but you're not finding the right ones. It's your right to go, you're not sharing them in the right way. It's your right to go, well, you got to put them in a PowerPoint presentation that someone can understand. It's your right as the team leader to define what performance is. It's her right to decide and define what strengthens her and shares it with you. So the simplest way to solve your conundrum here is to bifurcate what she's talking about. One thing is strengths, which she's the judge of, and one thing is performance, which you're the judge of. So that's the first thing that I would do. And the other thing ongoingly would be every time you see her, whatever she may think her strengths are, anytime you see her doing something where it worked, something where she did something that was effective, pay attention to it. Unless she's a complete hopeless case and there's nothing that she's doing, in which case you have another conversation. But if there's something that she's doing that works, little moments that might play out for her, I don't know what they are because I don't know what job she's doing, but you are the best audience that she's going to have. Pay attention to what works, not so that you can pat her on the head and say, jolly well done for being you. That's not the point. The point is so that you can help her learn where she's most effective at making a dent in the world. That's one of the jobs that you have. And so if you really wanted to help her, you would first of all separate out strengths and performance, and second, you'd pay attention over time to those areas that worked for her, and then you'd replan them for her, and then both you and she would learn a wee bit about where her strengths truly lie.